What is up? Good morning. It is 3:30 in the morning and I got Fur with me and we are heading to Facebook's headquarters in Menlo Park. We're from Los Angeles. We're going to Facebook because they shut down our Facebook page. A lot of you already know about this, but the 7-Factor page had about 1 million followers, reaching about 90 million people, 30 to 90 million organic a week, and they shut us down. So we haven't gotten a reason why, haven't gotten really much information about it at all. So we're just kind of going through this process where they think, we got some sort of cyber attack and it tripped their automated system. And so we're going through the process to get somebody to look at it. So that's what we're doing going up there. It's about just under 400 miles from where we're at. So, we're going to document our trip, and we're doing this in an electric car. I'm going to flip this around for you. So this is our little Kia Soul EV, and it looks just like a regular Kia Soul, except it is a completely electric vehicle. No gasoline at all. So there's my little Hellraiser dice that my buddy Scotty Jack sent to me, if you guys watch the mystery package. But so this is our little Kia Soul. Electric vehicles are awesome. I was a little skeptical when I first got mine, but especially in Los Angeles, there's an infrastructure. Most of them are free around here. Like, you go to a Starbucks or a movie theater or anything like that, and you just kind of plug in as you're in. So it's kind of cool. It's very low maintenance and free fuel. But that's cool for around town. But for going into a long trip like this, they're not really there yet, at least not the Kias are. So what we have to do is kind of, instead of driving straight through all the distance, we got to kind of bunny hop. So I'm going to get in the car here and kind of show you what we're talking about. Alright, so here we are. Here's Fur. A little grumpy because she's up in the morning. So I'm going to go ahead and start the car. You have the cool little song. So right here on the dash, that right there is our range. And our range is 42 miles. We don't have a full charge right now. So I'm going to put on the seat warmers because my Florida blood doesn't like that cold. Get some light so you can see me. So basically we're going to hop. So our first trip, we're going to go less than that 40 miles. And we're going to find a charging station. And yeah, so we'll touch base when we're there. So we're in Sherman Oaks now. We drove about 20 miles north, not too far really, but we only had like 40 something in the tank, in the battery. Basically, we're just hopping to these charging stations. So there's this app called PlugShare right here, and on the iPhone, I'm sure they have it for Android as well. And what you can do is basically put in a starting address and a finishing address, and it'll kind of tell you where the charging stations are. And so kind of like gas stations, you can fuel up. And so we're at this charging station. There's a couple different companies that make them, and it looks like the one that we're at here is called EVgo or EVgo. I guess that stands for Electric Vehicle Go. But so what we're going to do here is, first thing is we're going to hit this little button right here. It says open. So that opened up this little compartment right here that's in the front of the car. And we have two different kinds of charging points on the ports in the front. And the one we're going to use is this one right here. And this is a fast charging point. This is what it's called. I don't know if that's CHAdeMO, it looks like. But that's what we're going to use. And looks like we just pay right here. So a lot of these faster ones like this, you have to pay. So we should be in and out of here in 30 minutes and back on our way. So, alright, so we're going to plug in here. Processing now. Accepted. Press 1 to use that one. Confirm. And then press start to begin over here. So I'm about to take this out. I'll plug it in here like that. Then I'm gonna hit start. Start to begin. Communicating with vehicle. So that we had a click there and a click there. This is our readout. So that one was a little bit more complicated than they normally are. But this one we had to put the card in here, hit one, and then plug it in. And the cable on this thing's really short on this one. But we're good to go now, so now we're charging. So I'm gonna try to coax fur out of the car. And she's already shaking her head because she hears me. She is miserable because she's cold. See if I can coax her to go walk around with me, but I don't think she's going to. She locked the door. So with this one, we're probably going to be here about 30 minutes. We're already charged at 23%. Depending on the machine, some of these only go up to like 80. Some of them go, get you up all the way, or they start tapering off at 80. But the CHAdeMO ones, the fast chargers, are usually like 30 minutes. The slower ones, which they don't have here, those are the ones that are almost always free around LA, and you plug in, it takes like 3 to 4 hours. So if you're like going to a movie or grabbing dinner or something, they're really, really convenient. So let me see if I can convince Fur to, I don't think she's getting out of the car. I think we're signing off. She locked the door. You want to go walk around? Look at that face. That is not a face of somebody who wants to walk around. All right, so our first charge on this road trip, and this is going to be, in theory, we should be able to do this. We should be able to do these little hops and get there, and where it's normally a 6-hour drive, if we're stopping every hour, half an hour, so it becomes a 9-hour drive. But we'll see if that actually happens, or if it takes a little longer, or that's the whole thing. And that's why I left a little bit more in the, I keep wanting to say tank, I don't know what to even call it, but that's why I left a little bit more, because what if we got here and this one was broken? The PlugShare app is real good about telling you usually if users check in and they can go, hey, I went there and it's broken, but you're relying on the community at that point. Not 100% accurate. So what if we got here and it was broken? What if somebody was using it already? What if we had some sort of error? We got to have enough juice to get to another place. Otherwise, if you're just kind of going to one spot and putting everything you have into it, you're setting yourself up for failure. You got to prepare for the worst. So all right. So we'll our next little hop is going to be a little bit longer, and I went ahead and put a whole trip together on that app, on the PlugShare app. So let's take a look at what we got here. So our next little stop is a Studio 6 hotel, and what it does is it has, when you're looking for the different chargers, these orange icons here means it's the CHAdeMO, means it's the quick charging. That's what we want. We want like the, stop for 30 minutes, not stop for a few hours. But this one's going to be 55 miles from here on a full tank. We're at 76. If this thing only gets us up to 80%, then we're in the mid 60s there on our tank. So that is cutting it pretty close, where if we only have 60 miles in the tank, and that's, let's say we had 65 miles in the tank and that's 55 miles away, then we're committed to that location. We better hope it's working and nothing's wrong with it. And we can kind of look through here See, out of the 15 plus places I've quick charged this weekend, this one is the only one that ever stops, faults again. It broke down twice. Ooh, requiring 2 restarts. That's not good. That was February 19th. See, another one says this one's unreliable and stops charging, so maybe we don't want to go to that one. But I kind of feel like we have to. Yeah, that's, I mean, we got to kind of take our chances with that one, so we'll see what happens. That could be our first disaster. We'll see. Okay, so this is where things start to get interesting. So, left the last spot, and it did exactly what I was saying some of them do, where it gets up to like around 80% and then it starts to taper off and really doesn't charge past that. So we got 80%, it was like 65 miles. And the next charging spot was on the top of a mountain at a hotel, which was 55 miles away. So for me, I mean, I kind of made a decision. I was thinking, man, you know, we're going up a mountain, so we're costing more energy. There's no other chargers near that place. And I was reading on the charging app that a couple of people were saying it's like touch and go. Like you got to kind of baby it. It may work, it may not. So the way I kind of look at it is I don't want to take that kind of gamble. I don't want to put all my energy into driving to this top of the mountain charging spot and then have the equipment broken or have I'd be stuck there. Basically, we'd have to find a 120 wall charger, which you can do. You can plug in, but it takes like 24 hours. It's like a trickle charge. So instead, you know, the ideal thing is that you want to get the most out of each trip. You don't want to charge and then go 10 miles and sit and charge again. You know, it just doesn't make sense. You'll take literally all day. So my thing was I wanted to go and you know, with that 10-mile buffer and go the 55 miles, but I decided to play it safe. And instead I went 25 miles to an RV park, which is where we are now. So we got here, and this is a different charging company. I've never used this one before. And this is EV Express. So this little thing here gives you the instructions. You can download the app. Let's get that in focus for you. Anyways, you can download the app. You can get like a card. You can call the number. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to call the number. Let me talk to somebody and get it going there. So I called the number. Nobody answered. They're not available. So I was like, okay, I'm going to download the app. So I download the app, and I go ahead and I put in my address, my name, all my information, blah, blah, blah. It's not letting me create an account. Try it 3 times, still doesn't do it. So I close the app, I open it back up, I input everything again, and this time it works. So, okay, cool, now I can make an app, or make an account in the app. Okay, now, all right, let's charge. I go to charge, and it says, oh, you need money on your account before you can charge. Okay. So instead of just using your credit card, you have to put in a minimum of $20 into this company. I've never seen this company before. I don't know if I'm ever going to see this company again. It's not going to, $20, that's a few charges. So, fuck, man. So, okay, so minimum of $20. Fine, whatever, you know, gotta do it. So I put in, so, okay, you have to pay, okay, put in $20, I'll attach a credit card. So I try my credit card, and I have one credit card I use just for like traveling. I used to use it for gas, but now I use it just for this kind of stuff. So I go to put in that card. Doesn't take it. Okay, try it again. Doesn't take it. I know there's money on the card. Whatever, maybe, you know. Use a second card. My debit card, which I know for a fact there's money in. And if there's like a weird fraud thing because I'm traveling there, I'll get an alert and I can take it off right away. You know, I can do that. Same thing. It's not taking it. Try that twice. So then I have to use my PayPal account to prepay $20 onto the card. And then I use the card and it has you scan this little QRC code here. And what that does is it tells them the station ID and that, and so then once you get that, you get in the app and you can actually charge it from the app. And it says I'm charging right now, and it tells me 52%. So holy shit, what a hassle. Fortunately, I mean, I don't want to discourage anybody from getting an electric car, and I really think that's kind of where things are going, especially in California. The infrastructure is, like in LA, the infrastructure is really there. Like I said, you go to a Starbucks, you plug in, it doesn't even cost anything. You literally plug in and it's on. But I guess when you're traveling like this, it gets a little bit more complicated. And I'm in a city called Caustic, or town, like up in the beautiful mountains behind me and stuff. The daytime now. So anyway, so that's this stop. And from here, I may still stop at that Hotel 6. It's about 30 miles away, but just to better safe than sorry. I don't like pushing it. I don't want to get stranded somewhere. So that's the only downside, I guess. Normally you're what is normally free fuel, but a little different on this charger here. So I guess I'm gonna chill in an RV park. We're at 56% already. I'll chill here for another 20 minutes and roll out. So I'll let you guys know the next one. All right, so I wound up stopping at the Hotel 6. The one in Gorman that had the reviews where you had to kind of baby the charger, and I wasn't sure. So in my last video, I was saying I wasn't sure about going all the way through to this one because we're in the mountains here. It's what's called the Grapevine. So it's you're going uphill. You lose a lot of energy, and I was worried with only that little 10-mile buffer that could get in a bad situation. And boy, did I make the right call, because we really use a lot of energy. There's no way I would have made it, even though it looked like it and it was telling me it was the miles going up those mountains. There's no way it would have worked that way. So I absolutely made the right call on that. So now we're here, and we're at a Motel 6 in this literally little tiny town called Gorman, which looks like it has a hotel, 2 gas stations, and an antique mall. And that is the entire town. So we're here, we're plugged in, and wouldn't you know it, it's another one of these EV Expresses. The same one as before. It was a lot easier because I already had the app from our last stop. The only inconvenient thing this time was I had to put in another $20 from my PayPal, because you have to have a minimum of $20 in the account before this thing will even charge for you. So now I've put $40 into it, which, in a car, $40, that's most cars, that would be a tank of gas. It'll get you a few hundred miles. So that's mildly inconvenient with this. That's about it. I mean, we're charging, we're making good time, and we're nowhere near running out. So I think our next station from here is a Walmart that's only like 45 miles away, and it's all downhill. And one of the cool things is when you're going downhill or you're braking, some of that kinetic energy actually goes back into the charge. So we'll be charging most of the time there, not wasting a ton of energy. So fairly uneventful on this one. So we'll probably be here about 20 minutes, and we should be charged up and good to go. So we'll see what happens in the next one. All right, we are in Bakersfield, and you guys found that at the same time as Fur found that out, because she just woke up. So Bakersfield's cool. We're at the credit union here, and this charging is a charge point charger, and these are the ones. This is another fast charger, combo connector, and Chadmo, which is the one that we have plugged in right there. ChargePoint's cool because these things are everywhere in LA, at least. Their customer service, every time I've talked to them, they're really, really excellent customer service. just overall seems like a good company. They seem like they're really doing some stuff. So another cool thing about having this vehicle is that we went about, I want to say 45 miles from where we last were, and normally I would not stop here, but since we're charging, we have an opportunity to kind of walk around this little area here. We're gonna go and get some food while we're charging, and then off to the next stop. All right, we are at a Walmart of all places. This is awesome. We're about 45 miles from where we were in Bakersfield at some random Walmart. So this is another charging company. This is EVgo, and there is no, I think we used these earlier, it was the EVgo, but there was a credit card at that one. This one doesn't have a credit card. I went looking for the app, couldn't find the app in the Apple store. So I called the number, and then the guy, when I call the number, he's like trying to sell me on getting the app. And I told him I looked for it, and he's like, oh, you have to scroll, it's all the way at the bottom, which is ridiculous. I don't understand why that is. And I was like, well, can I just get it with you here now? And he kept pushing and pushing the app, and I said, well, he's like, oh, I'll walk you through it. And my phone doesn't get data when I'm on the phone. So I kept talking in circles, very annoying. The guy was very annoying in general. So these guys don't have the good customer service like ChargePoint does. They're very, very annoying. And then it finally worked. So we are here. Show you where we're at. We got a Walmart and like Big Five, Sally's Beauty. I think we saw a Waffle House, but we're only going to be here like 20 minutes. We should be charged up, so I really don't want to go eat at a it's not Waffle House, it's a IHOP. But for once, pancakes, but I think we should wait because we're already stopping like every 40 miles. So it's taking a while, but so yeah, that's the update with this one. What? You don't want pancakes, right?
I'm gonna pancakes.
Oh,
What kind of a monster doesn't like pancakes?
She doesn't want pancakes. Okay. Where are we?
Visalia, downtown Visalia.
So whatever she said, that's where we are. We're in a cool parking garage, and once again, EVgo. These are quickly becoming my least favorite of all. So we have this credit card thing here, like we did at the Starbucks this morning, except this one offline or sleep. There's no way I was calling that customer service again because they were horrible. So I downloaded the app, which took half an hour to get that thing working. But we're here in this little downtown area, so we're gonna go check it out and see what's around here. So far, for long road trips, it's taken a while. It's not ideal. It's costing money, which, I mean, we're used to it not costing money in LA. Inconvenient, but we get to go on adventures in places like this that we wouldn't normally go to. We would never come here. So there's that. So it's not the best view, but you can see the mountains off in the distance with all that snow. Score, these towns are the best for antique shops. And we found one. $28 and it's yours. It's an advertisement for cutting off puppy dog tails.
Well, they say that's how you're supposed to make little boys, but that's, yeah.
All right, what's up from Fresno now? We are at a Whole Foods. And this one, I think we're starting to get the hang of it. It's another EVgo, just like before. So this time we just pulled out the handy dandy app right there. We typed in the number, we swiped it, and we're already charging. Took 2 minutes this time. So we're gonna go and see if we can get some lunch in Whole Foods. All right, here we are. We are at a Holiday Inn Express. We're about, this one was 55 miles north of Fresno. And we got another one of these EVRUS ones. And these are my absolute least favorite. This is the third one of these I've had today. And so what these do All the other ones, the Charge Point, and what was the other one, the EV Go, they charge between 10 and 20 cents a minute. And so you're charging for 30 minutes. It's costing you a couple bucks. These charge $8. No, I'm sorry. They charge like $10. And you can't even get it to work unless you have $20 in your account with them. So 3 times today I've had to put $20 in. Like just now, I had $19.98 in my account, and I had to send over another 20 bucks from PayPal. And if I didn't have it, I'd be fucked. Like, that is ridiculous. It's a fucking ripoff. These are the worst. But where are we at?
Ingomar. INGOMAR.
All right, that's for telling us where we are, because I can't remember. So, this place has freaking windmills. Where's that fucking thing? Position the camera. I can't see it. Oh, I'm failing. Oh, wait, is that it? That's it right there. Look at that. So check this out. This is where it gets weird. So I'm at another Best Western. We're about 45 miles from our last stop, and we are at another EV Express. And this is the one that I really didn't like because it was really difficult to get on this morning and nobody would answer the phone, and it's way more expensive. But check this out. Here's one for customer service. So when I pulled up, I tried it, did the app, everything looked like it worked, but for whatever reason it just wasn't working. So before I could even know what was going on, dude's calling me on the phone from the company. And he's telling me, like, hey, I saw you're having trouble with your app, and you've been on a long drive ever since, Caustic this morning. We've been watching you. So creepy. He's like, well, you got to reset the machine. He's like, you see that vending machine right there? And I look, and there's a vending machine. And he goes, okay, well, there's a box. And sure enough, here's a box that says EV charger. And so he walks me through the whole thing on turning it off, turning it back on. So basically it just needed to be reset, like happens, and then everything worked. And so he's like, there's some real good pea soup next door, so go get some pea soup, and then you should be charged enough to get up over that hill onto San Jose. So like, holy big brother, but at least like that's some good customer service. They called me before I even called them, and the dude knew exactly what was going on. Like, yeah, so maybe this one's pretty good. But yeah, you awake now? Where are we? I don't know where we are either. All right, so we're gonna charge up here, and then let's see if we can get a glimpse of it, kinda through the trees. There's a big old mountain range we're going over. So, we'll be back. Where are we? Where are we? Where are we?
We're in Hollister.
Hollister.
Hollister!
So you heard the girl. We are in Hollister at a grocery store called Lucky. And it's basically just a basic shopping center. And we have the EV Go again. So not a lot of charge points, a lot of EV Go and the EV, whatever that other one was, the Express or something like that. But it's pretty much it. And look at that. That is the sun setting. We're in the mountains. We started this at 3:30 in the morning. It's 6:30 at night right now. We still have at least one more stop, and then we'll finally be at our hotel. So South Bay to San Jose. So I double checked the routing, and this is our last stop before the hotel room. So some of you may be wondering, on long road trips like this, and you're trying to save the environment in an electric car, what do you do for fun other than explore areas? What if you're in a random shopping center And you need something fun to do. Well, if it's a grocery store, whoop, coming back at you. You can get a bouncy ball for 50 cents. And get, fucker!
You're supposed to catch it.
You're get hit with it.
Where'd it go?
It went that way after it hit me in the leg.
What?
It hit me in the leg. It went that way.
I thought I saw it bounce up underneath the car.
It absolutely went that way. I thought she knew where it went. I wasn't looking. She may have lost her bouncy ball. Uh-oh. She's gonna have a sad face because she lost her bouncy ball. Here it comes. See that?
Where is it?
I don't know. It really went that way. No, it really did. She doesn't believe me.
Show me which way it went.
Well, it hit me in a really hard, fuck you kind of way, and then went that way.
It didn't hit you in a very hard, fuck you way. It hit you.
The fuck it didn't.
It hit you in a.
Come here.
I didn't catch it. Oh.
Come here. I'm looking at it. Come here. Come here. It went towards that red car. Maybe it's over that car. Maybe over there. So she lost her bouncy ball. Yeah, that's not a face of I found it. That's a face of still lost it. Oh. Oh, wait, did she find it? Oh, focus. Why's the camera out of focus? She found it. Look at that thing.
It's a skateboard with lights on it.
About to get hit by a car. How much time we got left? Touch the screen, okay. 81%? We're done. We are done. Oh, she lost the ball again.